A girl who died in 2009 name is Brittany and Bertolotti. She was born on November 10, 1977, and died on December 20, 2009. Known as Brittany Murphy, well, remembering that when I start filming, I already have the energy of the person in question is the name of baptism. And why has this case not been solved until today? Many people have doubts about the death of this lovely girl. I watched some movies with her. Her face, her smile, is everything. Well, it seems that murder is suspected, and her husband died. A few months after, the exact cause in quotes, so people. They are suspicious that someone is involved in a suspicious death there. And this has been going on for many years. And with no solution, the gypsy came here to bring this case to you. Remember that I am too the first psychic who works with the deaf-mute community, so she has a unique way of seeing in my private consultations, and for those who want a personal consultation, it's just me. Look at the WhatsApp number in the cover photo that my assistant Igor will give you more information. Guys, my videos have worldwide coverage. Whole, but the gypsy only answers. If it's in Portuguese or Spanish, my English is very. Unfortunately, the subtitles are in English for the community outside Brazil. Come on. Without further ado, I always play with multiple decks, and today, I want to start with the of Santa Sarah. What I want to know is if Brittany was murdered or not, so I'm going to open a 9-card general, asking this question to the mentors. Remember that I am always here in a wholly voluntary and impartial way. This channel is done through. From the content you ask, the humble gypsy does, so I ask that. Put in the comments suggestion for videos you want. Well, let's go. Let's shuffle with your permission and see if this girl went murdered. Remembering that I already have her energy here, she is not alone. She is with a boy and another being of light, with more light than they even. She is with her husband, but I feel he is a little thinner. Come on, that is in the photo I saw. And she looks beautiful. Just not blonde, but come on. It's beautiful. Remembering that disembodied people, for those who don't know, disembodied is already dead. Could you speak to us by telepathy? I work here my clairvoyance through of my sensitivity and also through what the mentors tell us through the letters. And even many cases that the gypsy has uncovered here through spirituality. Several of them have already been solved, let's face it. I always cut 3 mounds. Of 3 piles, I draw a total of 9 cards, always face down. I should have adjusted this phone better, but it will be possible for you to see. I'm going to pull them further down, although I'm not a YouTube professional, I'm a psychic who opened a channel is trying every day to improve. Here are all 9 cards face up. Down, now I'm going to turn up, and I'll forward them to you. And then her wedding appears, and they already had a soul link from others. I will always describe each letter to you. It was not murder. What do you mean, gypsy? It wasn't murder. It was not murder. The central card is always the card that emphasizes my game, that directs me, that answers me. And here came the letter from the sun. And the sun is an exceeding letter. Positive next to the 27th house and next to the child that is this girl. She already came to the earth in this incarnation, in this last incarnation of her, to live a short space of time. It even surpassed a little. Not that she should disincarnate as a child, but it already had her reincarnation line in a small space. It was not murdered. I can guarantee from the letters I have here that I see a connection. Look at her husband here. The knight. But how do you know it's the husband? House 25 of the alliances already had a connection. Spiritual, that is, they already had a connection from another light. Many people believe that suddenly he was with her out of interest, but no, his love was tremendous for her. It's because they are together so far. Look here at the moon house, which means spirituality. Much. Probably, of course, we will open other cards with other decks to understand better. Whatever spirituality has details to give us, but most likely, from what I see, here this boy died soon after her due to love sickness, remembering that many diseases are psychosomatics, that is, our body externalizes through illnesses something that is not good within the people, and usually lung diseases are when the person is tired of life or a situation, or something that has mistreated the key house here, the key to this mystery, the house of the lilies. And the bouquet, which means that the death of this girl, however revolting by the age, for being a beautiful person, for being a good person, and not. There was an explanation. Her space on earth was short, and no one killed her. But gypsy. They said the mother could have been poisoned. They said the father said it was poisoning. Remembering that I play for spirituality, it's not the gypsy who answers you. It is spirituality. And it is clear that she was murdered, and neither she nor the husband, because only positive letters came to me. And it appeared to me right away in the game. I'll be right out with another deck. Let's go with this deck here now. And it wasn't murder, but Dad said that it could have been poisoning. I respect the father's opinion, but none of that came to me. I'll tell you something. There's a lot between heaven and the land, still has no explanation, and when the love between a couple is from other lives and steadfast, this is possible to happen. Gypsy, but they said he was like that. Defects, we all have the perfect dead on the single cross that is our Lord Jesus Christ. Then we all have faults, one more and one less. Remembering that we are here on earth for our spiritual rescue, to fulfill our mission. Lift our spirit and love Brittany so much with her husband, who was Simon. I can guarantee you that it was accurate from other lives. Yes, he suffered a lot from the loss of her. What am I going to get out of here? And I always need to ask a spiritual question. Directly, objectively, I want to know if the mother has something. If the mother has anything to do with these deaths. That's what you want to know. We are here to unravel this case, and we will unravel this case. It got stuck. Spirituality rules. I'm just the instrument. And pull more to show the table. I always take the cards face down. And when I send them to you, I turn the 9 cards over.
Dando para ver aí. Eu perguntei se a mãe tem
I asked if the mother had anything to do with these deaths. And here came the mountain house. What this mother has been going through after the loss of her foundation. The mother also had a solid connection with. This girl, her daughter, is a fixed relationship anchored and significantly suffered from the cut. The death of the daughter, the house of the Kaishapoundo, the cut, that is the distance. Today Brittany is in the astral plane, and her mother is still alive. I think she is happening, I don't know, but they are far away. She suffered a lot. They also have a solid connection. No, the mother doesn't have to do. Not with their death. But the bank house came to me. And maybe in a way. Indirect came the bank house, and she had had a certain omission. Perhaps if both Brittany and Simon had been rescued in time. Had they gone to the doctor, perhaps these deaths could have been avoided then. Let's say that. She had a specific omission. I don't know why Brittany and her husband. Later they did not want to go to the doctor. Let's say she had a share some guilt and responsibility before these deaths. It was due to the omission of not have convinced them to go to the doctor. But the other letters confirm, even came the letter from the son, which is the clarification of this case. The House of Trevo says there isn't murder. In this case, there isn't. I.E. The mother, Stork's house, here, I'm going to release these letters. The mother was responsible for the fruit, that is the daughter for her development. It seems to me that the father abandoned her and her daughter when she was 2 years old, and her mother, in an exemplary way, raised her daughter, and made her successful. But how do you like to untangle everything? There was one more question here, and the gypsy is here for that. Why did her mother live with her? Shall we end with this question? We've already seen that neither Brittany nor Simon. They were not murdered, that the mother who lived with them had no direct participation in these deaths. That they died of term, that is, of disease, and what I saw clearly. When we opened my game, Simon died of lovesickness. when love is too great. And you can die. So he probably got the same bacteria as. Must have made her sick with her lungs and with sadness, because through the sadness we lower our immunity. Consequently, the disease advanced, and without treatment, it ended. Also, it's like Romeo and Juliet. And instead of comparing, love is so pure. With Romeo and Juliet, these two put a lot of stuff. That it was murder, and spirituality doesn't say that, and spirituality doesn't lie. Let's see then. If you want to know the details of everything, I'm here for that. Let's see with another deck. Why did the mother live with this connection of these? 3 for us to confirm the cards and the game itself and not be in doubt. Regarding what happened to lead Brittany and her husband Simon to death in such a short time. Practically, in the same way, I've already explained that this is possible, yes. Why did they live together? Why this call? We will see. I've seen Mom doing a lot here in Brazil too. We never discard. But in this case, no. I respect other people's father's pain, but no. Her time on Earth was short. I did a 9-card general, not yet. What does spirituality have to tell us about the details and the answer? From what I asked. Why the mother lived together, this whole connection that people don't explain. Now I start to turn, and the cards are repeated, many. Of them, and a sign that the game is open. It's already another deck confirming. Her husband Simon here came to the center of the game. He has a connection from other lives. He has a connection from other lives, remembers the house of the lily, and the house of the bouquet that came out in the first deck of the first game, so confirming his love for her was tremendous. True thing nowadays is so complex, considering that people are so selfish. Exclusivists, materialists, but Simon's love was true for Brittany.
Aqui a casa família, que é a casa 4, inclui a mãe também. A mãe também tinha uma ligação espiritual, mas de resgate em relação aos dois.
Here the family house, which is house 4, includes the mother, also had a spiritual connection but of rescue about the 2, cloud house, and next to house 27 it was, let's say, the foundation of that house. She was responsible for the 2 of them, and her connection with Brittany would be until the end of her life, when she made her ticket, that the 20th house. So she and her mother, they had a connection. The mother had a karmic debt, and she did it with excellence. Despite the glamorous luxury life, this girl suffered a bit. And the mother is always the house of the whip here, which means the suffering that this girl had. Because of problems, I see from her energy that she had several health problems, this girl. She was even repeating that she already had a life schedule to leave early. Too soon, she even went a little further, she even went a little beyond her lifeline, so she had a life of suffering. This girl physically saying always sick and fragile, and the mother with the karmic responsibility of caring for her until the cut again, the sickle card, so link. spiritual that the three had was a rescue of Brittany's mother that she fulfilled with excellence, and I believe that today without the two of them, she must be unfortunate. This was our video for today.
Eu espero que você tenha gostado. Não esquece de deixar o seu joinha. E também é escrito aqui, tá?
I hope you liked it. Don't forget to leave your thumbs up, like, and right here.
Entendem?
For anyone outside Brazil, you can write in English that my producers understand.
Semana ou pras próximas
I don't.
Eu fiquei muito feliz.
But he does suggest the videos you want for next week or the next few weeks.
Muitos casos a gente
I was thrilled in Brittany's case that there was no murder because we take many chances.
de marido
On
e
here.
esposa.
And in this case, I see a powerful bond of love from a husband to your wife.
Responsabilidade de uma mãe.
A lot of love and respect of a mother for a daughter and the responsibility of a mother towards.
Então,
And she was fulfilling the karmic mission with her daughter until the end.
consequentemente,
Then, it was a disease
esposa, morte,
that took her, and consequently, the sadness that her husband had after his death was probably the same bacteria that are not treated, even a common cold if we don't treat and
se a cabeça não tiver boa,
don't have a lovely heart, a nice head.
é o que aconteceu.
So that's what happened at the end of this case. It's more of a romantic than a criminal case.
De servir de
I am happy to serve as an instrument with spirituality and bring this to you. Thank you very much even for the trust and the affection of all of you.
pelo carinho de todos vocês.
Don't forget to.
Se inscrever no canal.
Subscribing to the channel helps me reach 300,000 subscribers. Kiss the gypsy and see you next time.
Papai do céu permitir
Video If Daddy in Heaven Allows and Santa Sarah Bless Us. Gratitude my loves.
isso.
OPTC.